It is a truly horrifying idea that some places never really run out of occupants. Despite not being there physically, they make sure their presence is known even from beyond the grave. Buckle up, it's about to get really creepy here. But before that, don't forget to hit subscribe. The 5 most haunted places on Earth. Before things get really scary, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Number 5. The Stanley Hotel, Colorado. Ever wondered what inspired Stephen King to write The Shining? It was his stay at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, back in 1974. Oddly enough, King and his wife actually stayed in room 217. If you've seen the 1980s adaptation of The Shining, starring Jack Nicholson, you will know that room 217 houses terrors far greater than you can imagine. Yes, the novel and the movie's Overlook Hotel might be completely fictional, but it was strongly based on the Stanley, and it looks like almost exactly like it too. And just like the Overlook, it holds some creepy stories and real-life encounters, such as a maid hiding some of the guests' belongings in room 217, an invisible piano player, and the creepiest one of all, hearing sounds of celebration from a fully packed ballroom party at night, only to discover that the entire ballroom is empty. I wonder how much of those Stephen King actually experienced, being able to write something with such attention to detail and at the same time really scary. Number 4. Obvodny Canal, St. Petersburg, Russia. This man-made canal is also called Suicide Canal, and for a really disturbing reason. Some unexplainable events leading to suicides took place in this place since it was built in the late 18th century. Staff and laborers complain of headaches that get worse and worse, until some of them resort to only 2 things: violence and self-harm. A few lucky ones who have survived the fall claim that they did not intend to jump, and numerous accounts say that a strong yet invisible force led them to fall into the water. Sadly, these people are outnumbered by those who drowned before they were saved, failing to survive the fall. It makes me question, did all those people really commit suicide? Or is it a mind-controlling, soul-sucking evil entity underneath this canal? Number 3. Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, Canada. Just like the Stanley Hotel, this place is situated in cold, rocky mountains and is also home to countless paranormal activity. Built in 1888 and situated in the beautiful Banff International Park, this hotel is not only a vacation spot to those who want to take a scenic train route to a beautiful chateau, it is also home to some residents who never left. Like a bride who died in the hotel during her wedding day, and Sam the bellman who worked in the hotel until 1975. According to those who encountered Sam, it seems he never really stopped working as a bellman, even after his death. He would even help people with their bags, and disappear right away before they get to their respective rooms. Number 2. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. Let's face it, a real-life castle that could be well over 1,000 years old and has survived 2 wars has just got to have its own share of ghost stories, right? Well, that's definitely the case for one of Scotland's biggest tourist attractions. The Edinburgh Castle has a lot of secret passages and dungeons, from the American Revolutionary War and the 7 Years' War. Past prisoners of war, quarantined victims of the Black Plague who were left to die there, well as soldiers has been reported to haunt Edinburgh's Hall, and the stories even go as far as seeing ghosts of dogs in the castle's very own pet cemetery. As a dog lover, would you be afraid or delighted to see a ghost of a dog? Let us know in the comments section. Number 1. Catacombs of Paris, France. In the spring of 1780, days of consistent rainpour and heavy flooding destroyed what used to be Les Innocents Cemetery, leaving millions of rotting corpses scattered around the area, as well as the properties nearby. If that isn't a recipe for something paranormal, I don't know what is. Anyway, It took more or less 12 years to move what was left of the rotten corpses into the city's former quarries, and the limestone was replaced by approximately 6 million corpses. Currently, the catacombs have been conducting tours for locals and tourists alike, and until lately, some of the dead bodies' bones are still visible. With that kind of tragic history, it would not be surprising if ghost hunters and paranormal experts frequent the place. Man, that was creepy. Who else is sleeping with the light on tonight? We post content weekly, so don't forget to hit subscribe and stay curious.